I'm going to share a key to help you unlock the life of your dreams so that you can experience greater success in less time. And here's what I'm going to guarantee. I'm going to guarantee that if you will implement this, if you will turn this thought into an action immediately, you're going to see results. How do I know that? Because it has worked for me, my coaching clients, but also for my mentors and coaches as well. So we know, or you've probably heard, that you must know yourself in order to grow yourself. And that's where we're going to start. The first thing that I want and need you to do is to create a life map. Now, when I talk about a life map, it's not about the goals and aspirations and dreams that you have out in front of you. The life map that I'm talking about looks at and details everything that has happened to you or that you've experienced up to this point in your life. And here's why it is so important. Because our life, our success is all about the stories that we tell. Whether those are stories that we tell ourselves or stories that we're telling those that we interact with on a daily basis. How do people get to know you, like you, trust you, hire you, pay you, refer you? It's all about the story of you that they receive. Now, one of the big issues with many of my coaching clients when they start out is they've never put thought into their life map. They are not intentional about the stories that they are telling. So let's pause and back up. Neal, what is this life map that you are talking about? I'm glad you asked. It's nothing more than you writing down on a piece of paper, on a whiteboard, using some type of mind mapping software like Mindomo. I'm not endorsed by them, by the way. But where you just go down and put in things from your grand entrance or birthday up until today. Things that maybe have formed the way you think, or maybe it was something tragic, maybe it was something exciting. You remember that holiday where your favorite uncle came and spent time. Maybe it's going to be your educational experience. So I'm going to share some of my life map with you all to show you what the example is. Of course, I have my grand entrance in here, my birthday. Also talking about when I cried at my 4-H public speaking competition in 1994. In the year 2000, when I chose not to go to the University of Louisville and decided to go to Troy State University instead. When I met my real estate mentor in 2006. When I opened my own real estate brokerage in 2014. When I was asked to speak at events in 2015 in Jacksonville, when I got married to my lovely, amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, and sexy wife in 2017, when I was asked to speak and paid to teach on a cruise in the Bahamas in 2019. Like, those are just some of the things, some of the events that are on my life map. And why is this so important? Because once I go back and I document events in my life, I can now start telling the right story to the right people. I use my life map to then determine what my skills, what my maybe flaws are, what areas I am strong in or I need some improvement. Then I can go in and craft my unique story, my intentional stories that are entertaining, impactful, and educational. Those stories that when I am in different environments, I have them here in my pocket. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to think today about your story from your grand entrance up until today. Just make a life map. Put some of those things that were formative to your character, who you are, to your personality. Maybe positive, negative, maybe just something that excites you. You're probably going to find that there's something that is important to you that was transformative that you've forgotten about. Maybe it's going to be someone in your life that you have forgotten about. When after putting some thought into it, you say, my life map would look totally different without her. My trajectory in life would be totally different if he had not spoken into my life. And then once we figure that out, we get to then determine how we want the rest of our lives to go. That's when we determine what skills we want to improve upon. We can decide, all right, I like this story. Let's continue to expand upon the volume of this work. Or if you don't like the story, if you don't like the map, the direction that your life is going in, you today get to choose something else. Maybe you're going to say, I'm not living in the environment, or my finances are not where they should be. Guess who gets to make that decision? You do. And not only do you get to make that decision, you get to start today changing the direction of your life. That's why this map is so important. And then, as a final note, once you create your life map, you will get to determine which stories you share with the public and those that you don't. There are some things here on my life map. I intentionally put them on here so that I am confident, so that I ensure that I don't accidentally share these stories. Maybe not because they would hurt me, but because they would hurt those that are close to me or others in my life. And that's the power of creating your life map. So I want to encourage you, take half an hour, get a piece of paper and a pen or pencil, sit down in a quiet location, write down those things, those events in your life that formed and shaped who you are, so that you can become the person that you were meant to be. I know that you'll be better for it. I know that if you start this process immediately, your next week will be better. Your tomorrow will be better. Heck, your today will be better, because we're going to be in a better position than when we started before we were life mapping. Remember, I love you, God loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And until the next time I see you or you see me, don't be average, be world renowned. Peace.